Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
And I am CD Spivey.
And this is Censored Freedom. Hope everybody's doing wonderful today. How's your week been?
I am unburdened by what has been.
Well, that's good. So are most of the grocery stores. I hope everybody's had a great week, though. We got a lot to talk about this week. How's your arm doing? We need an arm update.
It's there.
It's that. That's a plus. That's definitely a plus.
Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it don't. I can kind of get it up there a little way. There we go. That's about as far as I can get right.
That's actually really good compared to what it was.
There we go. I can get it up. That's it.
I remember one point you couldn't even raise it.
Yeah, I can kind of get it up there now.
That's awesome.
That's what she said. Okay. Well, anyway, what do we got going on, man?
So the deep state, it looks like, as we get closer and closer to the election, is really trying to dig their heels in and pull some dirty stuff. We know that they don't want Donald Trump as president. They're going to go to every length they can to make sure this happens.
Yeah, and at the same time, they're trying to march us towards war.
Oh, 100%. They need a false flag or some kind of event to get us into a war.
Yeah, they're anytime they say that we're trying to trying to accuse another country
right
of something, immediately I just replace it with CIA.
That makes sense. It's probably closer to the truth, honestly. What are we talking about? There's a story out today. Iran targets Trump Air Force One. They're Trump Force One. But do we really believe it's Iran? No.
No, they're trying to.
Right. If something happens, this way they can set up a false flag and say Iran did it. Now we've got reason to go into Iran and make a war.
Oh, yeah.
That gives us the caucus belly we need to go into war.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what they're doing right now is kind of like, who was that? The gay congressman, we need to go to war with all of the countries, right?
I'm trying to figure out which one. There's so many of them. You talk about Lindsey Wannabe Graham?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Warhawk. Took me a minute. There's so many.
There's a picture of him online, with a pig nose, and he's, we need to go to war with all of the countries.
That dude starts salivating. Like, I liked Lindsey. I really did. And when last time war come up,
I never have. And
I did.
He's always invested in the right military industrial complex to get filthy fucking rich whenever a war happens.
And I noticed that the last time war came about and he was on the news.
We need to go to war with all of the countries.
He was, matter of fact, they found him in a hallway. It was one of those walk-by report, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah, we've got to go to war. We've got total war. We've got a battle. You got to be kidding me. Dude. I knew right that moment he was part of the military-industrial complex.
Like, who are you invested in, asshole?
Right. Like, that moment, I knew Lindsey Graham was no longer a good guy.
No, yeah. And as I've said before in a lot of my past, opinions of him is, which way the wind blowing? That way? Okay. You know, and that's what he's a fucking rhino.
Just like Kamala. She's not a rhino, but as the wind blows.
Your question could this be a false flag? Yeah, definitely. This could definitely be the false flag that they are needing to flip out the other side that's against war right now.
Absolutely.
Because if they can accuse another country of offing Trump, then
all the Republicans will be on their side.
The dumb ones will buy it and go, yeah, let's go to war.
Right. We've got to avenge Trump. We got to go to war.
Because who do they need to actually declare war?
Congress.
Okay. Congressmen are not going to back another war.
No.
Without really having their nuts in a vice. Because we have had enough. And they know that their constituents have had enough.
Oh, you know that.
And if they vote to go to war, they're out. They're done. It's over.
Oh, they know that unless they're on the left. The
Now-
left
yeah,
might
now,
want one.
yeah, now the Warhawks are on the left. Yeah.
Well, most of them except Lindsay, which is a rhino, so might as well be on the left.
No, I mean, yeah, Rhino. They're Democrats. I mean, that's all there is. It's just they can't be trusted.
No, and especially if they're connected with the military-industrial complex. How much is each missile?
Like $50 million.
Missile. Every one shot.
I don't know, man. I don't have I haven't shopped for one in a while, so I don't know.
Right.
But
It's been a while since I didn't need myself.
It's been a long time since I've on missilemart.com. So, yeah, it's been a while. It's fucking expensive.
It is. And we're shooting 10, 20, 30 of these at a time.
At $35 trillion in debt.
At $35 trillion in debt. So who's making money? The military-industrial complex and anybody connected to them.
Yep. Screw the American people.
But this threat on Trump, we know that there's a lot of threat on Trump. We know that.
Yeah, the like what came out here just recently about the 2 domestic and 3 foreign kill teams that are in America, or assassination teams in America trying to get him. And,
you mean the CIA, FBI, DEA?
And they're trying to say these shoulder fired missiles are from Iran. I'm pretty sure the shoulder fired missiles have made in the United States on them.
Oh, no doubt.
Product of Raytheon.
Just as well as the paycheck these people are getting from the government to try this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a doubt in my mind that there's government officials connected in every last one of these.
Yeah,
I can't prove it.
They might have been sending them to Iran only to, have their little thing or Durka printed on it and have it sent back,
Right.
They have a goat, beautiful goat in the country painted on them, and then they send them back.
You know what doesn't make sense to me? People would argue, well, it's because he killed Soleimani or whoever, and al-Bakr or Baghdadi and called him a dog, which was hilarious as hell.
Durka,
You got to admit, that's as Shane Gillis says, best press conference of all time. But we know that...
We killed him like a dog. It was outstanding. It was terrific. Ask Melania.
So we know that would give them means or will to kill him. However, we know that also that the U.S. has been helping Israel, and they just killed the Hezbollah leader, right? Wouldn't this make them want to kill Biden, not Trump or Kamala or whoever they think's in charge?
Kamala.
Maybe
you think you just said that like an Iranian? Holy shit!
That was not on purpose. Actually, that was a piece of shit in my throat. But
oh my God, we're going off the freaking rails.
Way
today.
off the rails. Far gone.
Yeah, but I mean,
but why would they want Trump dead if this administration is the one that's destroying them right now? Mind you, they give
once
him a lot of money.
Soleimani, the Democrat Party is allowing Muslims into this country to take over the country.
100%.
But they're also allowing Trendy Agua into the country to take over the country. They're also allowing China into the country to
take over the country.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this is what they want. This is what the Democrats have been working towards for a while now, since Obama.
Cloward Piven times 10.
Oh, they've taken it to the next level. 110. That and Saul Alinsky, between the two of them. Cloward Piven and Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals. Yeah. Between the two of them, they've really done a really slam-bang job, especially when it comes to...
I thought you were going to say Karl Marx, because that's right in there with it,
And Karl Marx. You got to have a touch of Marxism in there with it.
Yeah. Sprinkle.
And we know...
Was it how the chef goes?
Burka, durka, durka, burka.
Yeah. Borky, bork. All right.
We also know when it comes to this election that ballots are going to be the number one, of course, deciding thing. But
pallets of ballots?
Pallets of ballots, not votes. I didn't say votes.
Ballots.
I said ballots. There's a difference. So, of course, we know they've been trying to use the different names for people.
Ballots don't equal people.
No, they do not.
Not by the Democrat
Well-
definition of voting.
Not living people, anyway.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Remember the dead vote Democrat for some reason.
That's how Biden won Nevada.
Yeah, that's how Biden won most all the states. Let's be honest, that he did win, supposedly. That he did not win. He stole. Let's tell the truth here. But we know that there's a couple different systems in this country as far as voter rolls go. We know there's the Eric voter system.
Yeah. Soros backed.
Correct. Which has got about 24 states, I think you counted earlier, right? 24?
Yeah, 24 states.
24 states are under
Plus-
the Eric
plus
system.
DC.
And DC. As if that should even count for anything. Those states real quick: Alaska, Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Maine, Massachusetts, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Utah, Vermont, Washington, Wisconsin. A lot of battleground states in here.
Wisconsin. I mean, that's where that 70s show is from, so of course they're going to name it Eric.
Right. Surprisingly enough, just like they kicked Eric out of the show, they kicked Eric out of Wisconsin too. So win for Wisconsin. And then
There
you've
we
got
go.
the states that have been monitoring their own voter rolls. And these are states like Texas. Mm-hmm. And Texas got sued a little while back, right? Tennessee, yes, sir. We definitely monitor, which we should actually look into that here locally. Be honest with you, and I. We should look into our local voter rolls.
That'd be nice to see.
And see what we can find out anyway. But the DOJ is suing Alabama because they decided to clean their voter rolls. I'm going to repeat that because it sounds so stupid. The DOJ is suing Alabama because they cleaned up,
They did their due diligence and are getting sued for it.
got rid of any non-citizens from the state. Well, this really messes up their plan a lot.
Yeah, because it stops them from cheating.
Because if you know you've got a certain number of people who aren't going to vote, who aren't even citizens, they can use those names and Social Security numbers on ballots
Yeah.
for whoever they want. And
Yep.
you know the left is going to use them for Biden or Kamala or whoever the lead.
Yeah, and
that
you know the
face.
Democrats are going to call this voter suppression, or they're going to call it whatever the hell they can to convince the stupid people that Alabama is a racist, white supremacist voter suppression, KKK state that doesn't like people that are brown, voting. That's how they're going to go with it.
You're right.
I give it 5 minutes.
I'm surprised they haven't had a bigger stink about it already.
Wait, CNN in 3, 2.
Cue the anchor.
Alert! Alabama's racist.
Right. That would be what they put at the bottom of the screen, too. Alabama shows racism
Yeah.
in voting roll.
Waiting for the shithead, was it Krassesteins on X to freak out about it, and was that kid with the softest mouth award, Harry Sisson? Yeah, him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy too. Yeah, all them to come out and go, it is all racist. It's so terrible. Shut up.
You know what I love is the fact that they've overplayed that hand so much that they just get laughed at now.
Yeah. 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 And
I mean, when you call math racist,
yeah, and I've gotten thumbs up just recently. I've been on a couple of lives on TikTok lately, and I actually shared my the demand for racism is so
well exceeds the supply. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I share that and I get thumbs up about it, and I'm like, yeah, but oh my God, dude, TikTok, I have figured out very quickly within the first week of being on TikTok, it is populated by morons. I mean, the dumbest of the dumb.
Oh, yeah? See, I won't go on TikTok. You're
Window
better than
lickers,
me.
dude.
I won't do it.
I mean, yeah, even the Republicans on TikTok are dipshits.
Wow.
It's like, have you read anything? Please read something if that's possible. I mean, if you passed 8th grade, just try. Holy shit.
So you got a lot of people just repeating stuff that they've heard.
Yeah.
Instead of validating and doing the research and
you know, I'm not a big proponent of the people that dick ride on Trump either.
Right.
You know, just the rah rah ree Trump, we love him. Shut up.
Trump is a god that can do no wrong.
There you go.
Yeah.
State some policies. Bring out your educated opinion of who this guy is.
Because that's impossible for some people that aren't educated enough to have an opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to hear the Fox News talking point that you heard 5 minutes ago and then came on social media and spit it the fuck back out. Please stop.
Yeah, that's called a parrot.
Yeah. You know. You know.
Kamala's good. Kamala's good. I mean, at that point, honest to God, and I don't.
Trump,
yeah, I do.
Trump's a felon. Trump's a felon. I hear a lot of that. Convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon.
You just went to my point.
Bruh.
Is it any better than the mainstream propaganda machine?
Convicted felon, convicted felon. Oh, yeah, because, they slurp up that stupidity and then just right back out of the straw.
Just puke it right back out. You ain't wrong.
Oh, God, you people are so fucking retarded. Please stop.
Do your research. That I cannot emphasize that enough. We've hit that every time we can. Do your research.
And as I come on there, the first things I say is you need to read Article 1, Section 8, because I've been pushing it now for how long?
A long time. A couple of years now.
Okay. The first 10 amendments plus the 13th and the 10 planks. If you cannot state to me those three, shut up.
I remember a year.
Because that's simple stuff. There's other stuff on here on that you can read that goes way beyond that.
Right.
But if you can't state the simple shit, just your Bill of Rights, go read something and get the hell off of social media, because all you're doing is freaking taking up space.
I'll tell you how long you've been talking about it. I remember 2 years before we started this show. Mm-hmm. At least a year.
Yeah.
When I came back to Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we went and had a dinner at Old Chicago, I believe it was. Leaving out of the parking lot, we were having this very same conversation. Read the amendments, read the Bill of Rights, read the Declaration, read the 10 Planks of Communism.
Yeah, because I have been freaking out about every election. Even the people that I want to vote for are not uttering the word Constitution enough in an intelligible way.
Agreed. Now, they are talking about elements within the Constitution that they are going to enforce. I have heard this. But you're right. They're not referencing the Constitution itself.
I want to hear Trump say, I'm going to adhere to the second, to the Article 2 of the United States Constitution. I am going to adhere to it. What is Article 2 of the United States Constitution? The executive branch. That is fucking his outline for his job. If he does not say that, it ticks me off, because that's his job.
And that would also get more people going and figuring out what that is. What is he adhering to?
What is Article 2? Read it.
Oh, I would love to see the mainstream's approach on this, dude.
And then every congressman, senator, I want all of them. Well, I'm going to adhere to Article 1, and this is Article 1. This is what I'm going, these are, everybody's got that pet project. If it doesn't fit within Article 1, shut the fuck up and go home.
Right. If it isn't within the bounds and means of what you're allowed to do in the Constitution, you can't do it.
And that's what's been going on now. And that's why I'm pushing this whole thing about, everybody's freaking out about the education platform on that Agenda 2025 or whatever.
That Project 25, it's actually a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a Heritage Foundation thing. It doesn't have to do with Trump.
Trump's disavowed it more than once.
Everybody's still pushing that shit on freaking social media like it's true.
Because that's the only thing they got. Oh, nothing but lies. They admitted it on CNN the other week.
Yeah.
That's all we've got is lies.
Yeah. That it's the 2025 thing is doesn't belong to Trump at all. And we've been pushing that forever. Yeah, but where are they going to bury that? They're going to bury it down somewhere deep down here, Don't.
Oh, give 6 months, they'll say they never said it.
Yeah.
Oh, we never said 2025 was with Trump. No, you're making that up.
Yeah.
These idiots forget that the internet's forever.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you people have already taken screenshots of everything.
Yeah. And like me, I'm going to bring you in 6 months. I'm going to bring you idiots to task that have been saying this shit for the last month. In 6 months, when you go, no, it never happened, and it's right here, stupid.
Exactly. You don't remember this?
Sorry, I'm fired up today.
Oh, they've been nailing Kamala like that. Remember 2 years ago when you said you were against this? Why are you saying you're for it now? Mm-hmm. Oh, because the people want it? Because the people said so? Oh, so you're fake. Okay, got it.
Yeah, she doesn't have an idea of her own. All of it's Obama's ideas. And
don't think you're ever going to have a gun under her.
Oh, no. They're already going after the guns. They've if you think she's not going to be a tyrant, if they Article 25, or 25th Amendment, O'Biden. Obamaden. If they kick him out before his term is up, which doesn't really look like it's likely now, but if they did, Kamala. It's almost like a hot rod. Kamala. Is going to be the biggest freaking tyrant you've ever seen in your life. And to those idiots that say, Trump's going to be a dictator on day one, he said so. He was joking.
This bitch will crown herself queen.
Yeah, she will.
She will.
From her actions in California, I totally believe that she will.
And I wish I was joking with that. That's only a half joke.
Keeping people in prison beyond their sentence.
Slave labor?
For slave labor, yeah. Blocking someone on death row until she was forced to let him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like California, you're going to love Kamala for president.
Yeah.
Because we're about to turn the whole country into it if she wins, folks. This is the most important election you can ever vote in. Please vote. Please vote. Please vote.
Yeah, beat the cheat.
One thing we will not be having, though, a lot of, if things don't go good in the next couple of days, is anything made outside of this country.
Yeah, we got a port strike coming.
You better hope your guns are within, made in America, because you ain't going to get them made in China or anywhere else.
Right.
Now, when you say port strike...
I've got one made in Austria, it's...
You ain't going to have it shipped here.
I've got all the parts I need,
there you go.
It might be made in Austria, but all the aftermarket parts are made right here, Bubba.
So there's a port strike possibly coming. Now, I got to admit, I was a little goofy here, and I'm going to make fun of myself for a second. Chris kept sending me articles on a port strike and how bad it'd be, and I'm thinking a military strike.
No, they're not bombing the ports. Stop.
I was tripping. What is he talking about? I've not heard any news of this. Turns out that's not the type of strike that he was referring to.
The union bosses are sending the workers home so that they can make them vote Kamala or something like. I don't freaking know.
So the Port Authority workers will go on strike October 1st if an agreement is not reached for the demands that they've made. At least that's what's being told.
They want more money, and they want to prevent the ports from going automated.
Which I thought was a great thing to stand up for until something was pointed out to me.
If you take your workers away from the ports, and the ports are now dormant, the people that own the port...
That want to automate it.
Would go, you're not here to work, so why don't we automate it? Right?
And they don't need the jobs to begin with.
The robots will just replace you anyway. They've already got the computers in line, and I think this is scaring them. For the Calamar to take the container.
So what's a Calamar? For those that cross the country,
I call them a Calamar. Some people call it. It's basically the crane that picks up the container and puts it on the truck. You know how easy they've already got bars that come down and lock the basically aim the container or the crane into the container.
Right.
Lock the container into the crane, pick the container up, and all they've got to do is, and this is already in the port. I have already been in ports where they have done this, where they tell the truck, I'm the truck, to go park in this square. So I go park in that square, and then the loader comes over and puts my load on the deck of the truck. Well, all that square has to be is automated. Kind of like the activation lines on a stoplight.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing. You just.
So between AI and general mechanical systems, there's no need for a human then.
In most aspects of it, not really. I mean, you could have one guy running three jobs that three people used to do,
right?
And that's one of the reasons why that they're
wanting
striking.
to go on strike.
Yeah. Well,
but are they
in your absence, you're fucking yourself.
But the question here then becomes: are the union workers really the ones that wanted to strike?
I don't think so. I don't think the union worker. I'm sure there's a large portion of them that do want the strike, but there's guys out there that are trying to feed their wife and kids. They need this money. They need this job.
Well, you remember what was it, a couple weeks ago? I think we maybe have reported on it that the unions refused to choose somebody because all the union workers have voted Trump, and they refused to back Trump.
Yes.
So could this be a way for this particular union to punish its members?
It could be. It could be. There's a lot of talk right now about them stopping fuel imports to the country. Fuel.
Really?
Oil.
Good.
Natural gas.
Good.
Right before winter.
That means we would have to rely on the stuff we've got here.
COVID. Remember COVID?
I do.
When all of a sudden we had no heating gas up north?
Right.
Shit's about to get real.
How about when all the ports were closed on the coast over there and we had all the container ships just sitting out in the ocean?
Yep. And that'll happen again.
You think it'll be just as bad or worse?
I think it'll be about the same.
Think so? Think everybody should go grab toilet paper real quick?
In 2025 and in 2026, we're gonna have product shortages again. It's gonna take 6 months for this stuff to really be felt.
It is. It's not going to be tomorrow that we'll feel it.
Products,
right,
to be felt, unless you have something coming over from overseas, like now, which might be a problem.
Hope ain't nobody been out there getting on Temu.
Yeah, really, because it ain't coming. They've still got a couple of days to make a deal, but it doesn't look like. It looks like to me that they've already walked away from the table. Like this isn't going to happen. That they're going to go ahead and strike and inflict pain on the country.
It would inflict a lot of pain on the country. However, it would also inflict a lot of pain on the Democrats, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if as you pointed out rightfully, I'm going to give you credit for this. Off air, you pointed this out. The American people without food, without basic necessities,
without fuel,
without going to the ability to either go to the grocery store or get what you need.
There are certain food items that are going to be missing. There are certain hard good items, or what I say soft good items, clothing, paper products. I mean, a lot of paper products are made here.
Right.
But there are some paper products, hardline stuff, tools, things like that that are going to be missing from the shelves.
Have anything made in China or anywhere else.
Well,
but that's the main.
Anything made off our shores.
Right. 100% will not be being restocked.
Minus Mexico and Canada, which could come by truck and which do come by truck. So, yeah, there's going to be some pain felt. I do believe it's going to be a few months before we actually feel the pain. As far as fuel is concerned, if they do stop fuel imports, yeah, shit's going to get real pretty quick. I mean, fuel prices are going to go up immediately because fuel futures in the market are going to go up immediately.
Oh, yeah.
If they're not going up already. I haven't looked. Monday, watch what happens. Monday is in the markets on Monday, shit is going to get real.
You think it's going to be another red day? Red Monday?
Yeah, I think Monday and Tuesday are gonna be a drop.
I could see a Black Tuesday. I don't know about a red Monday. We'll see. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be a drop in the markets. You know, I've already made like $190 with just the silver that I've had sitting in my safe.
Really?
Over the last month and a half.
Holy cow. And I've heard reports that silver could be going through the roof here pretty soon.
Go ahead, fuckers.
That's what but back to the point I was making.
I'm in the money.
Before we do get off the rails again on this, when you got these people that don't have gas, don't have food, don't have the items they want, and other necessities, clothes, whatever, and they're going to the voting
panic
booth.
Buying is going to be crazy. Yeah, they are going to they're going to go to the voting booth and they're pissed off.
Exactly.
Do you think they're voting for Kamala if they're pissed off because of the way things are going right now?
No. This is handing a win to Trump if they do this.
Yeah.
If this plays out as we think is going to play out.
So this punishment is it's going to hurt the American people, and the American people are basically going to walk with their vote, and are going to tell you how they feel with their vote, and it's going to hurt.
Absolutely. With their money and with their vote. That's where your votes count.
They're trying to kill the man.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill the economy and sabotage the economy,
They're trying to kill the country.
They're trying to kill the country to punish the country.
Yeah.
They're trying to hand the country to China, Venezuelans, whoever else.
Name the socialist dictator.
The Iranians, all at the same time. They're trying to hand the country over to them.
Yeah. And that's where we're at. And that's why it's up to every one of us to stand up and do what's right. So to stand on what we believe and let everybody know that we're not going to stand for it.
Vote, 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 vote.
Could not said it better. Now, as you pointed out, there will be shortages. There will be runs on markets.
I won't feel them personally, but I know people that will. If you live in a tiny little apartment and you can't have your own garden, you can't have your own goats, you can't have your own chickens, you can't have your own water stored up, I've got 2,000 gallons of water, 1,000 gallons of water stored up.
Right.
I have things that I need to take care of me and my family. If it's not freeze-dried food, I've got freezers full of beef. Dude, I got what I need.
Right. But not everybody will, as you pointed out.
Not everybody will. So you need to prepare your household for maybe a couple of months of shortages. Just a little bit here and there. I think it's going to be like COVID, where there are going to be shortages. Things are going to be short. But if you go get a big bag of rice, big bag of beans, big bag of oats, if you make sure that you have a way to get clean water.
Speaking of clean, for the love of God, do not buy all the toilet paper this time.
God, please don't do that.
For the love of God.
Ridiculous. I don't know why any of you did that.
It made no sense.
It didn't make any sense. You left all of the canned goods, the beans, the rice, all of the dry goods on the shelves and bought all the shit tickets. Why did you do that?
What are you going to be shitting if all the food's still at the store?
Yeah. It's like, while you dumbasses were out buying carts full of shit tickets, I had 2 bags of rice, 2 bags of beans, a bag of oats. Dude, I had enough in my cart, in half the cart, to probably feed my family for the next 6 months.
See, they were hoping you would barter. I think that's what the deal was. They were going to barter out the toilet paper for food.
I'm walking through Farmers Co-op with a freaking ammo can, chicken feed, and people are going to look at me all freaking weird. It's like, hey, dumbass, look at your life, man. If shit tickets are the top of your freaking list, you're wrong.
What you said.
Anyway, you want to kill that story, or do you want to run that story?
You know what? I think we could mention it, but I don't want to go too deep into it.
Yeah, Chicago, Chirac, it's already a mess. It was a mess before. I didn't like going in there when I was driving a truck. I don't really want to go in there ever again. But it's only gotten worse.
What I want to do, can we take the middle of Chicago and just set up like a gladiator style arena? And just let this play out how it plays out.
I want to sell popcorn.
Right?
Hot dogs.
Maybe little finger
sodas.
thingies.
Yeah, no, it has to be the middle finger thingies.
Yes, the middle finger. Yes, absolutely. So what are we talking about? Chicago gangs are clashing with Tren de Agua members.
Yeah. So basically, it's the problem solving itself.
Well, not really, because the problem's a little bit bigger than even I realized. This isn't just street gang to street gang, is it?
No, this is, I believe this is the, drawing a blank here, drug cartels.
Yes.
The drug cartels going against the street gangs. And the problem is that the drug cartels supply the street gangs what they need to sell. At the same time, Tren de Agua is a formidable force to be
messed with, right?
To be reckoned with, and they ain't no joke. I mean, these are battle-hardened Venezuelans that are fighting their own drug war down there, thrown in prison, released from prison, only to be forced to come to America
and do it all over again.
So
here's the setup. On the street gang side, they are on their home turf.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But on the cartel side, they're well funded.
Home field advantage.
So this ought to be interesting to see the way it plays out. Last question. Where's your money? Street gangs or cartels?
I'm sorry to say it, but I would say the cartels are going to mess up these street gangs.
I've always been, like my dad, a sucker for the underdog.
These street gangs don't have helicopters.
You're not wrong, but I bet you in Chicago street gangs, they probably got a missile launcher or two hidden away.
Oh, yeah. What has Tren de Agua got?
So this ought to be really interesting. Like I said, I'm always for the underdog. I'd go with the American street gangs just because, America. They don't play the same.
Is this the first time you're going to root for street gangs?
I think it'll probably be the first and last time I'll ever root for street gangs, but yes, I do believe it will be, yes.
And this has been Sports Center. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Closest you're going to get to sport ball in this show. I'm telling you, gladiator style would be best. I'm Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf.
I'm CD Spivey.
And this has been another episode of Censored Freedom.
Thanks, guys. Bless y'all.
Bye, guys.
Hakuna Matata, bitches.